Just start recording.
Just start. Because we always have our little banter.
Banter beforehand?
Yeah.
Beforehand banter?
Before we actually... Hello, Nathan on Shuffle.
Pre-show banter?
Pre-show banter. Sometimes it's gold. We gotta use it. I'm just kidding.
Most of the time it's not.
No, most of the time. Cut.
Cut.
So, official opening.
Official. I like when you do that.
We have to center ourselves. Deep breaths. Don't kill yourself. Uh-oh. Too far.
Sorry.
You need to learn how to breathe, hon. All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Nathan on Shuffle. This is our latest Jana Reacts video.
Hello!
This is Jana, and we're reacting to progressive rock music that I know, usually, but my wife isn't familiar with.
Yeah.
But it's shuffled, so there's a couple choices in here that maybe even I don't know, at least not very well. So
that's what I secretly hope for.
Yeah, sometimes we do that, so we'll see if we randomly do that today.
We'll see.
Don't know yet.
Yeah, we shuffle into the songs each time, so we never know what we're going to react to. Most of the songs are pulled from Hot Prog 100.
Yeah,
is that
the prog anthems list on Prog Magazine.
Isn't the same thing, right?
Yeah, essentially. Hot Prog 100, whatever you call it. I wish there was like a Billboard chart like that.
You would love that.
Yeah.
You should just do it. I don't know how you do it.
Create it myself.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They'd be like the top 100 songs you love.
Yeah, just my personal favorites.
Nothing to do with their plays or radio play or anything.
Just a very subjective list of just what I love. I don't know.
But you're kind of already doing that, though, with your podcast.
Kind of my show, yeah.
The podcast was the best 10 every week.
So if you compile that one, it's essentially, that's kind of what I was going for with it, is like the top 10 of the week radio show kind of countdown, but focus more on prog, you know? Like back when, maybe I shouldn't mention.
Do it, TRL, huh?
Yeah, when I was a teenager, just to date me or show how young I am or whatever, I used to watch TRL when I was a teenager, which was a show on MTV that counted down the top 10 music videos and stuff. And I always thought that was so cool, the countdown format and picking your favorite songs and putting a list together. So I used to kind of pretend that as a young kid, that I did those kinds of lists and those kinds of shows. So now I'm kind of almost realizing that dream is in my podcast, trying to do my top 10 of what I think are some of the greatest songs right now and make my own TRL list.
That's an adorable story, nerd.
Yeah, I know.
I love it.
A little too nerdy. We may cut this.
No way.
But
this is staying in.
Oh, man. So anyways, that's kind of maybe part of why I do that podcast, is to live out that idea and to share, mostly just to share that music with other people and to hope other people find some songs they like. That's
really the whole point of your channel, is that you want to bring more people to the music that you love. Because prog is not necessarily the most popular music by any means. Yeah. I had never heard of progressive rock music until I married him.
Yeah.
And so I had just never heard of it. And so I didn't know what the genre was or what it meant. I had heard of the bands like Genesis and Yes, but I didn't know. I hadn't heard any of their music or anything. And so the point of your channel would be like to reach out to people who may not have had this genre in their life, and also to bring attention to modern progressive rock bands, because that music is just as enjoyable as the older stuff. So
exactly. Couldn't say it much better myself. But so I feel like, some people are brought in through these reaction videos and love like classic Yes songs and Genesis. And I'm hoping once they come on board that you kind of explore some of the modern prog that
go look it up, guys.
Sometimes be just as good as some of those classics. So, and I feature a lot of that on my reviews and my New Music Friday shows. So, and also on the podcast, as we were mentioning. So just a lot of avenues to check out new music. And I hope some people will find something they love that way. Yeah. That's kind of my greatest desire and goal, is to introduce someone to their new favorite band or something like that. So
That's great. And you've done that. Some people in the comments have been like, this is amazing. Thank you for telling me about it.
Yeah, so people...
Sounds just like that.
Yeah, so people have been introduced to new bands through this. And
you've been introduced to new bands.
Yeah, and that's the cool part, too, is I see people in the comments constantly, like, saying, check out this band, check out this band. Mm-hmm. And I do, and I have found a lot of new bands that I like. So I appreciate that feedback, too. So... Just a perfect community to share music, for me to learn new bands, to hopefully share new bands with others, and just a cool experience. So, anyways, I didn't know I was going to give the whole description of my whole channel, but here we are.
Nathan on Shuffle Philosophy.
Yeah.
Nathan on Shuffle 101.
There you go. If you're ever wondering what this channel's all about.
Speaking of shuffle.
Yeah, we should get into the shuffle. We've talked long enough.
Go.
All right, let's see what we got. Oh boy.
What is it?
This is Dream Theater song, The Count of Tuscany.
Okay.
You're into that?
Sure. What is it a good one?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a more newer Dream Theater.
Oh.
From Black Clouds and Silver Linings.
Special edition.
Yeah, this just happens to be the version I've got. But yeah.
Black Clouds and Silver Linings. Wait, what's the album?
That's the album.
Oh, okay.
Black Clouds and Silver Linings.
And the song is The Count of Tuscany.
Yeah.
From
and
2009.
So it's 2009,
That's still over a decade old.
Yeah, this is the last album that featured Mike Portnoy. Before he left the group, so.
Got it. Okay.
But it's kind of a longer one.
Uh-oh.
You probably didn't see the length. How long was it? It's like 19 minutes. It's veering towards 20 minutes. Uh-oh. Honey's changing her mind.
No, it's fine.
You'll do it?
Yeah. You say it's good, right? One of your favorites?
Yeah, I like it a lot. And it has kind of an interesting story in the lyrics. And that could be fun to follow.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, this one I should definitely pull up lyrics, I think.
Lyrics.
Because I think it would be fun to follow along to this kind of story they're telling.
So many lyrics. Okay, let's do it.
Honey's worried.
I'm worried.
Okay.
That's all right. We'll be okay.
We'll get through it.
I'm ready.
Ready?
Yes.
All right. Count of Tuscany, Dream Theater.
20 minutes long.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Progressive metal.
Yes. Getting into some metal.
I do like some metal.
They're getting there right now.
Okay. I like it. It's really cool.
Yay.
I think I like metal.
Several years ago, in a foreign town, far away from home, I met the Count of Tuscany, a young eccentric man, bred for royal blood, took me for a ride across the open countryside. Get into my car, let's go for a drive. Along the way, I'll be your guide. Just step inside. Maybe you'll recall a kind of curator, a character inspired by my brother's life. Winding through the hills, city far behind. On and on we drove, down narrow streets and dusty roads. At last we came upon a picturesque estate on sprawling emerald fields, an ancient world of times gone by. Let me introduce my brother. I'll be the gentleman, historian, sucking on his pipe, distinguished accents, making me uptight, no accident. I wanna stay alive. Everything about this place just doesn't feel right. I don't wanna die. Suddenly I'm fighting for my life. I wanna say goodbye. This could be the last time you see me alive. I may not survive. Knew it from the moment we arrived. Would you like to see our secret holy place? I come here late at night to pray to him by candlelight, then viewing through that glass, I saw what is belief, still dressed in royal clothes, the saint behind the altar. History recalls during times of war, legend has been traced back inside these castle walls where soldiers
pretty. Everything else is like hard rock.
Could this be the end? Is this the way I die? Sitting here alone, no one by my side. I don't understand. I don't feel that I deserve this. What did I do wrong? I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Give me one more chance. Let me please explain. It's all been circumstance. I'll tell you once again.
30 seconds of, like nature sounds.
Full 30 seconds of it? Let's wait it out.
Alright. Gotta play the full song.
Yeah.
There you go.
That was pretty epic.
Yeah.
Sometimes my head feels squeezed. Yeah, that was pretty epic. I felt like it had 3 distinct sections, and the first section with like all the hard rock stuff that lasted the longest.
Okay.
And then I feel like this is all like obvious stuff.
No.
And then the middle section was that soft, slower section, which reminds me. This dates me of like, if anybody's been to Epcot Center in Florida, like a lot of their sound effects and like their older rides, like like older rides that aren't there anymore, like all these like you're going through this tunnel in this slow omnimover, and it's like playing this random music in the background. Okay. That's what that was reminding me of.
That's fair. That's interesting.
And then the last part was, felt like it could have been on the radio. Yeah. Like it was just this cool rock song that just had great lyrics to it. And I thought it was really cool. Each section was really unique, but then they kind of all tied together. That first section was like messing me up in my head because I was trying to count, like because I always like to tap my toe to it, you know, right, and like count 1, 2, 3, 4. It has a tricky 1, beat, 2, sure. 3, 4. Except for parts of that, I finally like figured out it's in 5/4, or you know, it's like, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, which is a very like. In music, it's odd to do that, and we did it like my senior year of high school. I was in marching band, and some of our music was in 5/4 and 7/4, and it was like the hardest thing for high school students to march to sure. on a field show, and like it was the hardest show we ever did, and we swore we would never do that again. So I don't think it was my senior year; it might have been my freshman year, something like
Interesting. That. Yeah.
Anyway, but it jumped. The time signatures jumped around a lot in that first section, which like it throws me off. Like it, like it's just it sounds odd in my ear. I guess would be fair to say. And then, but how it sounded was amazing and like really cool rock and metal and like when we had the lyrics up and next to it it's like progressive metal and I'm like okay, cool, I like metal, and I loved that part. So the middle part, like the soft quieter part, got a little bored in that part.
Oh dang.
Sorry. But then the last part, like it picked up again and the lyrics came back in, and it was cool. I liked it. I liked that last part. And the end like sounded so like epic. It was like growing and growing, and so I get like the whole journey that you've gone on with this Count of Tuscany. Or I'm not sure if it's the Count of Tuscany that we're following, or if we're following the guy who's with the Count of Tuscany. I don't know. I felt like maybe in the last part it switched back and forth between their lyrics. Like one was saying one, right? Okay, I'm not like fair. Crazy, right?
Yeah, because it's kind of like, I guess the story here is like the main guy is being taken to this like castle or some like kind of old
and he thinks he's gonna die. He's like thrown really in the cellar or something. Yeah. And he's like, should I have come to the creepy castle with the creepy count?
Right. And then you kind of get the count's perspective of like, hey, this isn't what you thought it was.
Like, I'm not weird. I'm just a cool count with a cool castle.
Yeah, I was just trying to show you my castle.
You're welcome to leave. You're free to go.
I wasn't like trapping you in my dungeon or something. I just was showing you around.
It's like a cool dungeon. Come on, man.
Which I think is based on like a real story that the band had, or that John Petrucci, I think, wrote the lyrics here. And so he was talking about like kind of a personal experience.
Something that really happened to him?
Yeah, where he was like scared because he was being taken into this place and then ended up not being what he thought. You know, it wasn't as scary as it seemed. Kind of a misunderstanding almost. But
he's like, oh, please don't let me die. And they're like, what are you talking about? The door's right there. Just leave if you're scared.
Yeah. So it's always been kind of a funny little song because of that story. But I love the music. Like you said, they're known for the tricky time signatures and stuff, so that's certainly a part of the opening and all the instrumental sections and that opening, the kind of beat on the beginning part, that starts kind of the verses. So, and then the atmospheric kind of section in the middle. I could see how
atmospheric. That's a good word. It
kind of goes on for a while, but I kind of like it. It's a cool vibe that kind of gives you time to breathe after this kind of heavy section, And that kind of reminds me of like almost Yes or Pink Floyd or something.
I can see that.
Them at their most like kind of laid back and atmospheric, like I said.
Yeah.
And then you're right. The last section is like more standard rock or pop rock kind of feel, rock. With an epic ending. Kind of almost like what was there, like almost choir or like kind of uplifting vocals and that
was really cool.
So I've always loved this piece. I know some people kind of maybe don't care for some of the lyrics, but I think it's fun. I think it's fun. It's a good story, and I love the music.
Scroll down to the bottom there. It's like he's like, now wait a minute. Then that's not how it is. You must be confused. This isn't who I am.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah. So that's like the Count talking.
Of course, you're free to go. Go tell my story. Tell everybody how cool I am.
Yeah. So I'm glad, it seemed like you got the story right on. So,
oh, good. Yay.
At least as I understand it. I'm not perfect at interpreting lyrics, but I think this is a pretty straightforward story, so.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, sounds like you liked it.
Playlist. I liked it. Playlist.
Maybe, once again, your usual complaint, it's probably a bit too long.
Yeah, probably.
But it's cool. You can kind of see, as you're going through this journey with these epics, how it's, like, maybe when you first hear, it's a 20-minute song, it's like, how can they stretch out one song for 20 minutes? But it's, like you said, these different pieces, these different, like, songs kind of put together to make one story.
Yeah, I see that, but then I also think, like, well, why don't they just make them separate songs?
but they tell the same story, so that might break it up too much. If you just listen to the first song, if you broke up, like, the first part in its own song, you wouldn't understand the rest of the story. You'd be like, wait, it just ends there?
As long as you're listening to the whole album.
If you listen to the whole album, that's kind of, I guess, what a concept album is. Though. Yeah, if you're shuffling like us, you need the full story.
Yeah. That's what makes it fun, that we have sometimes no context for what we're listening to.
Which gets us in trouble when we're like listening to one song out of a concept album, and I get in the comments like, you gotta show her the whole concept album. You can't just pull out a small piece of the story and expect to understand it.
And I'm like, nah.
She's like, right. I'm good with the small section. I don't need a whole long album.
All right.
But so thank you guys so much for watching us, and hope you guys liked what we listened to today. We do this every week.
Dream Theater.
Yeah,
they're great.
I love Dream Theater, one of my favorite all-time bands. So sorry if it was a bit on the heavier end. I know some of my listeners maybe don't care for the heavier music, but I think there's good variety in there. Not just all heavy. There's some more atmospheric, more proggy, more laid-back sections too. So But so thank you guys, and subscribe if you like what we're doing here. If you like our content.
Follow, share,
comment, all of that stuff.
All the positive things.
Click for notifications and all that stuff, whatever.
There's like some kind of bell I think you're supposed to click on. I don't know.
We're not the most knowledgeable YouTubers.
We're like, here's our video.
Yeah, please watch.
We don't know what to do with it after that.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much, and please keep enjoying the music.
Enjoy the music.
All right.
Enjoy what you like.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.